What is up, everybody? How has y'all's week been? It's been busy for me. Got a lot going on. Got a busy weekend as well. The next couple of days, and good news is I got new tires put on the motorcycle, so I'm back on two wheels again. And I gotta say, brand new, you're here. So brand new, and I were talking, texting back and forth a little bit the other day about tires and stuff, and and then I was talking with Doom last night. I was chatting with him last night about bikes and tires and whatnot. But yeah, so I got the new tires on the bike and rode it home from the shop, which is a whopping 4 miles. So not very far. Trust me, if I didn't have this live, my ass would be out there riding that motorcycle around, and breaking in those new tires for the next 45 minutes is what I would have been doing if it wasn't for having this live. So y'all grounded me. Congrats. You kept me from having some fun. No, I have fun with you guys here. I like doing the lives. I like saying hey to y'all. So yeah, so far these tires are definitely, like, noticeably right off the bat a difference in a good way, like much better than my previous tires. So I'm very, very happy about that. As far as whether or not they're worth their weight in gold, because damn, did I have to drop some serious gold for them. But but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how long they last. We'll see how many miles I can get out of them. The original tires that comes on my Honda Rebel 1100 uh, are some Dunlops, however you say them. And yeah, they're rated for 15,000 miles, and that's pretty much what I got out of them. The bike's about 500 miles short of that, so it's, yeah. It was time to get new ones, and so these new tires, the brand that makes them, they're supposed to get somewhere between 20 and 25,000 miles out of them. For what I paid for them, I sure as hell hope so. I really, really hope so. But what's up, Bluminati Ninja? Um, who won the giveaways last week? I forget who it was. T-Fetch won one of them, right? Anyways, I'm sure. I know that I got those sent out in the mail. Dropped them off at the mail place on Tuesday. So I know one of you got your package yesterday, and then the other one's supposed to get it today. And then, of course, whoever won the speaker with the awesome speaker with the grenade case, that got delivered like Wednesday or Thursday. I mean, that's Amazon, right? So everybody got their stuff, right? If you ain't first, you're last. That's right. uh, yeah. So that's why I started at 4:05 today, was because I had to go pick up the bike. You should have seen me. I asked them to let me have the old front tire, as I had both the front and the rear replaced. And the rear one, if you were in my live last Friday, you found out that I had picked up and gotten a hole in the rear tire. So yeah, so I told them they could trash the old rear tire since it had a hole in it, but I didn't mind the idea of keep hanging on to the front tire, the old front tire, as having a spare for at least the front tire, as a backup. The front tires, you don't even want plugs in. I mean, if you have to have a patch, then you do a patch, but otherwise you don't want holes in your front tire, because that's your turning. But anyways, so Bluminati's here. Kathleen Smith, how you doing? Did you notice I put the cowboy hat back on? Yeah, been a bit of a minute since I've worn the cowboy hat, so I figured I'd dress up for you in my Western headgear today. Brand news here, obviously. My lovely bunch. Bobo Schnoggins, how are you? How are you, sir? Bushcraft rebooted. I plan to tomorrow. Tomorrow, I am going to venture out and do my video on ridgelines. I don't know if you, Bushcraft, were you in the chat last night in Grumpy's live? We talked a little bit about bushcrafting stuff, bushcrafting versus survival, and then we got into like the whole gray man thing. that kind of talk. That was fun. I enjoyed his live last night and seeing everybody chat about that. But here's my reg line, and this is my little line spool. For now, it's a little heavy. It's a little bulky. I've got 50 feet of cordage on here, but I made this. This is out of some red oak. This is out of a piece of red oak, and I made this little wire cordage spool. So that's that. So I will do my video on that mañana, tomorrow. Yeah, Bloomin'. Okay, you got your buck yesterday, and the multi-tool, the little bit driver tool. That's right. Todd won the speaker, and yeah. Todd won. No, Todd didn't win the speaker. He had to do a grenade off with what's his face, with was it Joseph, right? Wasn't it Joseph that won the speaker? Yeah, he's my favorite YouTube crayon eater. Yeah, I don't know. Eonan's always had excellent lives, and prayers out to him and his wife and what's going on with them. Bless them, and that she be a miracle that hangs on longer than what's projected. If you don't know what's going on with him, his wife has cancer, and she's been fighting that for several years now, and thought that they had beaten it. Everything was coming around and looking good for him. And now from every time that I chatted with him and what he told you on his lives, but but supposedly they got some bad news. It turned for the worse. It ended up spreading to other areas, and they gave her a time frame, an expected time frame, how much time she had left. And I cannot imagine how stressful that is. I cannot imagine. I'd rather not know. You know, but it's I'm sorry, it's hard not to get emotional about that because you know I know Eonan not as well as I would love to. It would have been awesome to have met up with him at Blade Show last year, because I enjoy the conversations that I do have with him and watching his lives and getting to know a little bit about him. He's a really cool guy, and his wife is a sweetheart. I mean, look at all those hanks that she sewed up, despite battling cancer and dealing with her own daily struggles. So, yeah, bless their hearts, and I hope that they are able to cherish every moment that they have left together for however long that may be, and hopefully that it's a lot longer than what was guesstimated by their doctors. I hope that he gets more than what they projected, because they deserve it, as far as I know. But yeah, so let's move on from that before I get the urge to cry. Do not dwell on those things too much. But yeah, so congrats to everybody who got goodies last Friday for the Easter Live, and yay to me for the new tires. And I got a video to do on the Ridgeline, bushcrafting Ridgeline, camping Ridgeline for hanging tarps, for doing tarps. It'll be a good one, I promise, because I'm presenting some ideas and trying to get all these other bushcrafter and YouTuber outdoors guys and gals to think a little harder on how they do their ridge lines, and what their end result is. There's really not. I mean, there is, but for the most part, there's not really a wrong way to do it. There's just, everybody's got their own little tips and tricks and adjustments that they do to kind of perfect it in whatever way works best for them. But I think I've got some good insight to throw into my video and share with the YouTube world on that. But I tell you, Buc-ee's was fun. I was at Buc-ee's in Florence, South Carolina on Wednesday. I had to take my daughter up to the halfway point to pass off to my ex-wife. Well, technically not physically her husband, her current husband, that poor schmuck. The misery that he lives with on a daily basis, I am still vaguely, echoes in my memory. But yeah, so I had to do that, and where the drop off halfway point is, it's only like another 30 minutes or so up to the Buc-ee's there in Florence, South Carolina. And so my daughter wanted, she's kind of craving one of their brisket sandwiches. Buc-ee's their food is excellent. Their barbecue is fantastic, but they are on the pricier side. They're kind of more like a restaurant price than they are a fast food price. So I hope that it's $9 and some change for the brisket sandwich. But they do. I like it's a thick brisket sandwich. It's got probably about close to a half a pound of meat, almost a half a pound of meat on these brisket sandwiches that are $10. So you do get quite a bit, and they are delicious. But they make it like on the grills, right there in the store, right there in front of you. So I got her brisket sandwich. I ended up getting a pulled pork sandwich, which is fantastic. Well, I would say mine this time wasn't as smoky flavored as I've had in the past, but it was still really good. And they're like $7.25. And then my Suburban, my youngest son, he was not in the mood for a sandwich like that, which I was surprised, because usually he goes for those, one or the other. But he got the big old sausage on a stick that's wrapped in a tortilla shell. So he ate about half of it and then was like, "Yeah, I don't care for the tortilla shell anymore." So he had me pull the tortilla shell off of it and ate the rest of it by itself. But I picked up some more beaver nuggets for me, the regular flavor, and then the salty caramel ones for the wife. I got a hat. I got a Buc-ee's hat. They got lots of hats to choose from, so this is the one that I ended up going with. It's, got that camo, that black and gray camo scheme, just the good old trucker hats with the American flag and the Buc-ee's right up there, the beaver right up there. So I got this guy. He was a pretty penny. And oh, hold on. All right, I picked up another cool fella while I was at the Buc-ee's. I got a Buc-ee's the Beaver, mostly for Suburban, and he absolutely loves it. But yeah, I got this guy. I got a Buc-ee's Beaver, the big one. So Bucky the Beaver is gonna hang out with us for future lives. How y'all feel about that? Kind of doing the whole Doom deal with Gertrude, and so now I have Bucky the Beaver. So yeah, he's quite a trooper. I think I'm gonna do a video clip of me riding down the road on the motorcycle with him in the passenger seat. How funny would that be? Wouldn't that be great? Hey Mimo, how you doing, man? What's up? Name him Clint Eastwood? No, his name is Bucky. He's a Buc-ee's Beaver. You have a few Betty Beaver gas stations. Okay. But yeah, he's this guy is very, very soft and very, very plush. He's got lots of filling inside. Lots of filling. We have a few Betty Beaver gas stations around here. Logo is hilarious. Got a stuffed Betty Beaver plush at home. Okay. Okay, so Ginger Fisher, good to see you. You've been to Buc-ee's in Athens, Alabama. Like half of the country, half of the states in this country have a town Athens in it. It seems like Betty and Buc-ee's need to meet. Alrighty, I'm all for it, B&A. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not. I know what you're talking about. Clint Eastwood. Yeah. No, he's his name's Bucky. I like what you're getting at though. Clint Eastwood. That's good. So yeah, so I got him and I got the hat. Oh, and I got a patch. I got a Buc-ee's patch. And that was pretty much it. That's about as much money as I was willing to spend, which was already too much. Buc-ee's is these stuffed animals. He was $27. Well, a lot of cash for a beaver. But yeah. Hey, Dang Ross, how you doing, man? I was just recapping what's been going on for the week, talking about mentioned that I got the new tires put on the motorcycle, and went to Buc-ee's on Wednesday. Got this guy, and just did a little shout out and prayer for Eonan's Edge, and mentioned that tomorrow I'm gonna do the bushcrafting. Well, it's not really bushcrafting. Just do how to do a ridge line and talk about the different methods and what way I've in a sense perfected the way that I set one up. So, no, he doesn't really smell like maple. He smells like beaver butt, whatever that smells like. I wouldn't know. It doesn't smell like imitation vanilla, which is supposedly comes from beaver butt sweat glands. But yeah, my channel is going to have a beaver as a mascot. Makes sense with bushcraft. Yeah, that does make sense. I think that's a good idea. Hold on a second. Let me pull something up that's kind of funny for you. let me sit him down for a minute. I need to get him his own little chair to put over and to the side. He needs that. He needs a chair. He needs his own chair. I'll be better prepared next time. Let me do beaver shark. Images. There is one of the Boy Scout camps that I went to a lot growing up. Actually was spent like 3 years as a camper, and then I did 4 years as a staff member. So spanning a full 5 years as a staff member, employed by Camp Rainy Mountain. Or the Boy Scouts of America, but let me do. But they have for their camp, they have their mascot is a beaver shark, and I'm sure that in my box of Boy Scouts, one of my 2 boxes of Boy Scout stuff, there is a Camp Rainy Mountain patch that has the beaver shark on it, but it was always fun, kind of sort of as a serious joke, more or less, but so it got to the point where even like all the Boy Scout troops that came and visited the camp for camp weeks, for week-long campouts, for earning their merit badges and stuff. All right, let me share. Yep, this guy. So look at that. So this is actually up in their at the camp's main office, in the conference room where staff, we always had our meetings in there and hung out in there and whatever. But yeah, so somebody went and did like a fake pellet to make it look like a beaver shark pellet. So yeah, that shit was funny. But yeah, fun camp. There's the lake. This is somebody's Facebook page, but let me go back to the Google search. But yeah, I'm sure that y'all know about the beaver shark. So some of y'all know about the beaver shark. But yeah, the beaver shark would be a fun channel logo, especially if you're a bushcrafting person. I'm looking up and seeing if I can find the actual patch that Camp Rainy Mountain used for. Yeah, it's not on the internet. I'll have to look through my my box that has all my patches in it, because I swear I've got a thing, a patch from Rainy Mountain that has the beaver shark drawn up on it. But yeah, hey Joe, how you doing? Yes, happy Friday. Happy Friday. All right, so today's actual subject that I wanted to hit heavy on is it has to do with Harbor Freight and their knife. So if you don't remember, here I took a photo of it actually today. There was one in the store on the shelf today, which was extremely rare because stores only get them in like small, like a box of 5 or whatever like that. But yeah, the Harbor Freight Icon knife. If you've been living under a rock and don't know about this knife, the Harbor Freight Icon brand of tools, they came out with a knife that is basically like 95+% a direct copy of Todd Berg's knife, the Glimpse or whatever it's called, and so that got a lot of flack from all of us in the knife community that know and recognized it and saw that it was in fact a freaking direct copy. And some of us are a little irritated by it. Some of us are a lot irritated by it. I was kind of at the fence about it at first, but and I went and I bought one with the intention of opening it up and taking a look at it and doing a video on it. But so many people were doing, the mini glimpse. Thank you, D Metal. Good to see you. Appreciate that. But I took a picture of the packaging where it says designed by Icon Tools in the USA, manufactured in China. Now, that's the part that pisses me off. That's the part that irritates me, is that it says designed by Icon Tools in the USA. And to me, that's the part that pisses me off. All right. I know Harbor Freight is a company that freaking, when it comes to their tools, they copy fucking everybody. Like everything that Harbor Freight sells is a straight up copy of somebody else's product, of somebody else's tool. I mean, every bit of them are all made in China. Hell, their generators, the Predator generators from Harbor Freight, which are badass generators. I own one. I haven't had to use it yet, but it's in the garage, ready to go if I ever do need it. But those generators are made, like 80% of that generator's parts are coming from the same factory that the Honda generators parts are made in. It's the same fucking factory. Somehow, what parts that they don't use in their in the parts that are the same Honda parts that are in the Predator generators, the rest of the parts that aren't the same, that aren't 100% the same, somehow Harbor Freight's Predator generators eat less fuel and run quieter than the Honda ones. They do. I've watched them sitting side by side, and I've seen somebody go with the decibels tool that infraredly measures or whatever the amount of decibels, how loud each generator is. and I've watched them both run. I've seen the testing done, and the Predator generators are slightly better than the Honda ones at like almost a third of the price, which is crazy. So if you ever need a generator, go check out the Predators from Harbor Freight, because they're good. They're good generators. But going back to the knife. Oh man. we're gonna do this. Y'all are gonna do this with me. I'm gonna present this. Y'all are gonna do this with me. I was on Instagram talking to well, I sent it to Sharif, but Sharif is just so freaking busy on dealing with messages from people buying his knives that he's kind of behind in communicating with the rest of us right now. But here we go. I got an email from Harbor Freight asking me to do this survey. It says, please continue better serve completing this short survey. It would take about 8 minutes. Thank you in advance for your participation. We value your feedback. All right. So next, what is my age? I'm 36. Next. All right. So this, I gotta be honest, this got me excited at first. When I saw that it was about knives, I was like, oh, okay, goody, yay. Maybe they're going to come out with their own freaking design and they're wanting our help. That would be awesome, right? Okay, so which of the following types of knives have you ever purchased? Select all that apply. I bought in utility, survival, pocket, precision, folding, retractable. I don't know what the fuck they mean by a snap knife. What is a snap knife? Can somebody fill me in? What is considered to be a snap knife? Let me bigify this and get rid of me, and then zoom in like that. There. How about that? Can y'all see that much better now? Yeah. Okay. Sweet. What the fuck is a snap knife? They already have utility knife, so what is a snap knife? I don't know, but whatever. We'll check it anyways. I've bought pretty much just about every type of knife there is. All right. When was the last time you purchased a folding pocket knife? Definitely less than 6 months ago. Like literally two weeks ago. All right. Next. Usually I try to pace myself to about a knife a month. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. Which of the following terms best describes you? Knife collector, need-based buyer, everyday carry user. This one, I was irritated that it won't let me check more than one, because I am a collector, but I also use mine. So it's as much of it is a hobby. I use my knives on a freaking daily basis, every day, at least one knife, if not 2 knives every day. So I figure, like, if I only have to check one, that's going to be the one that I check. How often do you carry a folding pocket knife with you? Freaking always, pretty much. Just about always. I don't know how many days out of the year. There might be a handful of days out of the year where I'm just sitting around the house or somewhere where the knives are, I don't have one physically on me, but there's at least one within 10 feet of me. How often do you use a folding pocket knife? Daily, of course. How often do you buy folding knives? At least monthly. I try to make it not more than monthly. How many folding pocket knives do you own? This one, I tried to put 300 because it's getting up there. Frighteningly, no. I was curious if it would let me put 300. But the max that it will accept without reading it as an error is 150. So, yes, I have 150 knives. No more, no less. How much do you typically pay for a folding knife? When I did this last night, I threw in 160. That's close, somewhere around the average. The most I've ever paid for it was the 540, which was the Spartan Harsey. So far, so one of these days I'm gonna get a custom that I absolutely love, and that I'm gonna be willing to pay closer to that 600 or 700 price range one of these days. But again, Not often. Do you buy folding knives? Again, I wish they would let you check. Oh, this one they do. So this one they do let you check. I don't buy knives for anybody that I work with. I buy for myself and I buy for gifts. Obviously, y'all know that. But next is, which of the following brands have you heard of? Freaking every single damn one of these. Plus more. And I put all of them. I didn't even want to go through make a whole list. I just said all of them. And it accepted it. So here we go. Which of the following brands do you own? I have owned the Kershaws. I still own some Civivis and some Bucks. I don't own any Icons. Of course, I have Benchmates and Spydercos and Bokers. I do not have any Microtechs. So, yeah. I'm surprised, but not surprised at what list they came up with. So, yeah, that's interesting. Which of the following knife brands is your most preferred? Out of these, I went with, because it won't let you pick more than one, I went with Spyderco. I like Spydercos more than I like Benchmates. Bucks, Civivis, or Kershaws, and absolutely Booker, yeah. So Spyderco is what I went with. And this is where my red flag in my brain went up. This part right here. Y'all see this? Y'all look at that. Look at that right there. They have the Icon name on the blade there. What blade does that look like that comes off of? Y'all tell me. Put in the chat. Exactly, BNA. They're basically asking who to clone next. Because what does that look like? Of course. Of course. Dang Ross nailed it. Y'all knew it. The 940. And does this trigger any of y'all like it triggered me? Does anybody else get triggered by this? Because I'm telling you, this shit triggered me instantly. I was so mad. I was so mad. Well, I'm glad you made that point, Dang Ross. We're gonna talk about that in a few minutes. But we're gonna select one of these, and then we're gonna hit next. Now they want to know what kind of blade finish. They don't even list it. They just take it showing photos. So out of these three, yeah, sure, whatever. Now please rank the following blade finishes from your most preferred to least preferred finish. So I went 1, 2, and 3. Because I don't know exactly what is this their sandblasted, or is this their DLC coated or titanium coated? I don't know what they're doing, what this one is. This definitely, the bottom one looks like an acid wash, and then the top one is just your standard satin, machine cut satin finish. Now this is the part that really like my blood wasn't boiling enough already. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, really? So they want you to know, out of all these different 8-handle designs, rank the following as your most preferred to least preferred. So we're going to go least preferred to most preferred. Do it, and then that, and then do that for that one. We'll do that for that one. That for that one. That for that one. Which one did I skip? Oh, I skipped that one. Hold on. I kind of like that one the best. Like, if it wasn't a Cologne Benchmade. Alright, so we hit next. That's as far as I went last night. Like, I closed it out and was like, no, I'm not doing this. How much do you agree with following statements? Icon folding pocket knives are better than competing? Absolutely not. Strongly disagree. Are easily available in store. Disagree because they seem to not be able to put out the quantity to all the different stores that they have. Have all the features I need. I'm gonna feel indifferent about that one. Is one of the best brands that Harbor Freight carries. Yeah, I agree with that. That is kind of the Berg Mini Glimpse is probably is for sure the best knife that they've robbed and put their stamped name on. Are they good value? Yeah, they are, because it's not even really their knife, and they're cranking it probably out of the same factory that the Berg Mini Glimpse was cranked out of. It's probably coming from the same fucking place. I am absolutely not loyal to them at all whatsoever. I pretty much at this point absolutely refuse to own one. It's a brand that I think of when absolutely not. Is a brand I trust. That's kind of neither here nor there. Make sure that I click the right box on that one. Are long lasting? I have no freaking clue. Are quite high quality? I personally don't know because I don't have any experience with it. Yeah, no, they're not a well-known. All right, how much do you agree with Icon folding pocket knives? No, they're not a well-known. They're semi well-known. They're semi well-known. I'm just gonna put neither nor. Or for someone like me, absolutely fucking not. Sorry, but that's the cold hard truth. What's your favorite knife I've ever owned? It's the Spartan Harsey, just because that's my grail. But I don't want to put that because I don't want to give them the idea of cloning a knife that I absolutely love. I kind of want to put that. You know what? I'm going how far? Oh, I'm 47%. I'm gonna say this. Knives from respectable companies that respect the designers and don't clone / rip off others. There. How about them apples? How do you like that? Sorry, I'm a slow typer, fellas, but it is what it is. When it comes to deciding which folding pocket knife to buy, which of the following characteristics are most important to you? Please rank the following from most important to least important. Okay, this is kind of interesting to think about, not in a Harbor Freight Icon knife aspect, but in general, as knife people. What do you guys think is, out of all of these, is the most important to you? I'm going to say first and foremost is durability. I want, and they put blade wear, but I'm saying durability overall in general. The whole knife. It just, I mean, if I'm forking out money, I want to get at least what I paid for, right? Then I would say the next one for me is kind of blade shape. And I say that because the blade shape matters a lot to me. Blade shape matters a lot to me. Then it would be, and I kind of want to tie this with blade shape is blade action, because if it doesn't have, even if I like the blade shape, well, I'm gonna move that to 2. It's gotta have good action. Otherwise, the blade shape doesn't matter. The handle design doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. It's got to be a durable knife, and it's got to have satisfactory action. Then would be blade shape. Then would be handle design. I valued the blade shape a little bit more than handle design, ever so slightly. Then I would say edge retention. Then I would say blade finish. Then I would say weight. And then I would do belt clip reversibility. Come on. Okay. And I'll tell you why. And this is probably might be interesting to some of y'all. Belt clip reversibility. I'm a lefty, right? I'm a lefty, okay? Even as a lefty, I carry with my pants, the pants that I wear like 90% of the time that I'm wearing pants. They're 511s. I wear 511 almost all the damn time. And the 511 pants that I wear have the extra pocket for your Pew Pew magazines to go into, for your clips to go into. And so those extra pockets, one on each side, those extra pockets, that's where I like to put my knives. And so whenever I carry 2 knives, I put one on the left and one on the right. And so most of the time, I have certain knives that are with the reversible that I have a couple along with the pulse, which doesn't matter really which side you have the clip on. It just goes in the pocket, that pocket on my left side, and that's where I like to carry that one. And then it's in my right pocket, not in the mag pocket, because I like to shove my hank, if I have a hank, or my keys, or my keys. I like to put my handkerchief and my keys in that pocket. So it's not on my butt and it's not my front pocket, because my front pockets have either one side has my phone and the other side has my wallet. I don't like to have anything in my back pockets. I don't like sitting on stuff in my back pockets. But then the other knife that I'm carrying goes in my front right pocket, even though I'm left-handed. And unless if I'm making one quick cut, and I'm kind of, I just want to make the cut and be done, right? Then I'll reach, as a lefty, I'll reach on my left side and get my pulse and grab it. But if I'm going to make multiple cuts, I will leave the pulse alone, and I will reach for the one in my right pocket. And as a lefty, I'm kind of sort of ambidextrous. It's funny because my penmanship is better with my right hand. It just takes me about a week to dedicatingly switch over and start writing with my right hand. But I'm good. I can do a lot of stuff just as well with my right hand as I can with my left. So I don't mind taking my right hand knife and making 2 or 3 or 4 cuts right-handed, even though I'm a lefty. But if I'm going to sit there and really be working on something, carving or cutting for, more than a dozen cuts, then I'll switch it over. I'll end up cutting a couple with my right hand, and then I'll switch it over and put it in my left hand, and do more with it being in my left hand. Bushcraft, I do carry a fixed blade, but really, not so much on a daily basis. Not so much on a daily basis. When I carry a fixed blade, it's because it's either on the weekends, or I'm camping, or doing outdoorsy stuff. Traveling. I like to carry a fixed blade on me. But for my day to day at home and going to work, I carry my OTF, and I carry a folder. 99% of the time, if I'm on days that I go to work. I hardly, because I can't get away with busting out a fixed blade, no matter how small it is. I think it would raise too many eyebrows, and possibly the wrong eyebrows, at Lowe's, at a retail store, pulling out a fixed blade to open up packing boxes of stuff, of product to put on the shelves. So yeah, that's kind of what happens. It's just easier with folders than it is with the fixed blades. But anyway, so that's why the belt clip reversibility is not that big of a deal to me, is because I often carry my my folder in my right pocket and pull it out with my right hand. So it doesn't always need to be a reversible pocket clip. I am, however, absolutely 100% persistent on it being a tip-up carry. I'm one of the many that cannot stand a tip-down carry. All right, where have you purchased folding pocket knives in the last 12 months? Select all that apply. This is obviously taking more than 8 minutes to do because we're talking about it. It's an open discussion here, right? I don't really buy. I haven't bought a pocket knife from Lowe's, but I've bought a Leatherman from Lowe's when they put it on sale. Sporting goods stores for sure. I've gotten the Milwaukee's from Home Depot. I've not. Well, we're not going to count. I don't want to tell them that I bought their Harbor Freight. That I bought that Icon, but I returned it. So yeah. Not in the last 12 months. I haven't bought none of them from Walmart. Yeah, 12. Well, no, I did buy that. I bought that over the holidays, so I did buy the one from Lowe's. I may have bought one from. I probably bought one off it through Amazon over the last 12 months. And other knife. Well, I'll just put White Mountain knives because they're my favorite. I just, most of the time, that's who I get them from. All right. Which of the following best describes your employment status? I am part-time and a stay-at-home and retired. We'll do employed part-time. Do you purchase knives for professional or personal use? I purchase knives for my company, but I'm not a user. No. I use and purchase knives for my job and personal projects. Purchase knives for my job, purchase knives for home. It will let me select more than one? No. That one. Yep, I'm going that one. Which of the following best describes your current profession? Did they have retail? Did I pass that up? No. Since I work in electrical, at Lowe's, they don't have retail. They don't have. Why the hell don't they list that? I'm just gonna put retail. I don't know why they don't have that listed. That's stupid of them. I like to take on big projects and prefer to do things for myself. Yeah. I know a lot about tools and equipment. Hell yeah, I do. I know more than I want to know. Please select which criteria is the most important to you when selecting store to buy tools or equipment. Trusty. Please select which. I mean, I'd like to for my retailer to be trustworthy and have a good reputation, but you know, when you're constantly having to have your product coming from China, is that really trustworthy? Does that warrant a good reputation? I don't know. That's debatable. Hold on a second, fellas. Can you let Zorro in, please? He's been at the door. Thank you. Let the damn dog in. Please select which criteria is most important to you when selecting a store to buy tools or equipment. Always has what I'm looking for in stock, has a convenient location near where I live or work. I like stuff to be in stock. Most important when selecting store to buy tools or equipment, has good sales and promotions, is always good. That's a tough one. High quality products that I know will last. That's not always true because I don't mind buying cheap, falling apart shit if I know that, you know, that's all I need it for is just a handful of times and don't care if it falls apart because it was dirt cheap. So, was your gender? Oh, there's other, but they don't allow you to list what part of the LGBT whatever the fuck community. Sorry. Next, which of following best describes your race? Really? You gotta bring race into it? What the hell? What the hell? I'm Cracker. Where's that box? Where the hell is my Cracker box? Why didn't they list Cracker? And I guess this is the part where you would submit. Now, I'm kind of on the fence on submitting. I don't want to submit this. I don't want them to know my preferences for all this. I don't want them to use this in order to create this copy of a knife that's already out there. So, again, French made foghorn, yeah. Hinch fade. French made knife wood. It irritates me to no end that they're doing this. That's exactly what they're doing. They're gathering up your data to make a better clone. So I'm not going to submit this. I don't want them to freaking know. I took a photo of the one page that shows all the different handle material options. I took a photo of that. And I'm thinking about sending it to Zach. And because I know he's got connections with Benchmade people. Right? Hey, Cheeto Montana. Or Montana. Montana. Yeah, surveys are boring unless you get something out of them. So yeah, I'm not going to submit that survey. I'm not going to submit that survey because I don't want them to know. I want to send this. I don't know if Sachs is. He's not the CEO. I think he might be one of their primary stockholders. Does Benchmade have stock? Are they in the stock market? He probably sits on their board of directors. He's probably somebody with them. But yeah, I'm gonna bounce that photo his way and see if he wants to do anything about it. I went on Benchmade's website and to their chat, and I didn't send them the photo, but I just asked the question, hey, are y'all aware that Harbor Freight is exploring the idea of creating a copy of the 940? As far as what Benchmade wants to do, I really don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit because Benchmade's kind of gone in a direction that I don't appreciate the price points that they put on their knives, and I'm not thrilled about their newer designs. Their new fixed blades are good. I mean, they're good, but they're not any better than so many other knife manufacturers that I appreciate more in how they run their business than the way Benchmade does. I can't. The narrows irritates me to all ends. I really hate the narrows, and I can't believe people like the narrows. But I don't hate Benchmade. Like if Benchmade would bring out a new knife that like put a check in all my boxes as far as what I look for and what I like and what I appreciate and value in a knife. If they do that and I'm able to get it I'm part of a special program that I'm affiliated with that allows me at this time uh, to get. I think it's once every 6 months I can buy a non-gold class, non-auto Benchmade for half price. So I can do that twice a year, and that's if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have all the Benchmades that I have. I have like 6 or 7 Benchmades, but every single one of those I purchased at pretty much at half price. There's one that I paid full price for. That's because it was a special limited edition run of the Mini Crooked River, which is probably one of my favorites of theirs. So yeah, whatever Benchmade does as far as if they want to go after Harbor Freight, I have no freaking clue. What? But what irritates me so damn much, because again, I buy Harbor Freight tools. I have quite a number of Harbor Freight stuff. But what irritates me is when they put this on the packaging, designed by Icon Tools in the USA, manufactured in China. Designed by Icon Tools. When you just blatantly on the packaging lie to my face, that's what pisses me off. If you want to make a knockoff cologne, something that's 70 to 90% almost identical to with minor modifications to something that whatever. That's life. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I frown upon it for sure, but does it necessarily keep me from buying a knife? it's when they do this. It's when they freaking try to claim it as their own design. When I damn well know that's a bunch of horse shit. That's what pisses me off. That's what gets me under my skin. Oh no shit, Neil. 37th year, man. Damn. Ouch. I hope to never end up like that. I'm sorry. All the power to you, brother. But damn, 37 years in retail. We'll bring Bucky back here for some fun. But yeah, I cannot stand the idea of somebody trying to take full credit for somebody else's work, for somebody else's artistic design and effort. Yeah, I can't stand that. What's up, Ed? How you doing? So, well, that's all I've got about the Harbor Freight shit. I just thought that it was worth shining some light on that to you guys, to my community. Do with it what you want, if anything at all. I don't think I'm not gonna contact Harbor Freight. I kind of want to. Last night when I started, did about a third of that survey. When I got to that one point, like that, I wanted to call them and like give them my 2 cents about it. I am gonna send that photo that I took to Zach. And as far as whether or not Benchmade deserves it, I don't think the way I feel about it is you have to detach yourself from the way you might feel about Benchmade. I wouldn't want any company claiming somebody else's design as their own. Period. So because I don't like Benchmade to a certain degree, in certain regards, that doesn't mean that I wish ill things upon them. They're not as bad as my ex-wife. we can put it that way. They're not as bad as my ex-wife. I fucking hate my ex-wife. Can't stand that child. She's a child. She ain't even a woman. Oh, I have beautiful kids, and I love my kids that are offspring from her body, but her as a person, she's not a good person. I do not like her, and I feel sorry for the poor sap that's married to her now, because she has drained him like she drains everybody in her narcissistic ways, and he doesn't get to do anything. He barely gets to do anything fun. The little amount of time that he gets to do something fun, he's basically got to hide it from her. So yeah, poor guy, poor guy. Man, I was married to that woman for right about 5 years. Technically 5.5 years, but we were separated for about 1.5 years during the divorce process. But yeah, so Bucky's gonna be my new buddy. My son, Suburban, he likes to sleep with him. He's so soft and cuddly. Yeah, I'm hogging your beaver. They just got home. Mrs. Urban and Suburban just got home. But let's see. As I already showed you, carried this guy today. Threw him back in the pocket. The good old Padre, Kunwu Padre. What a wonderful knife. Amazing ergos, and love the blade shape, and yeah, such a good knife. Such a good knife.
Whose birthday is it?
and then I carried, which you saw a video on. If you haven't watched the video on it, you should go watch the video on it. The Astronaut Spiro with the S90V Stonewash blade, Wharncliffe, it's in a Wharncliffe now, blade, and this silver twilled carbon fiber that just looks freaking sexy as hell. Absolutely love it. If anybody has an Astronauts Spiro and knows of the right replacement clip that actually fits this guy, as a wire replacement, from Lynch Northwest or some other company that actually fits, because the Spyderco ones do not. I'm curious. Again, I don't want to spend the $27 or whatever it is to buy one and have it shipped to me. But I'm curious if the giant mouse wire clip replacement clips that Lynch Northwest makes, I wonder if those fit it. I don't know, because I don't have one, and I don't want to spend the $27 not knowing, because I don't want to have to deal with returning it, sending it back if it doesn't. But yeah, this thing I've carried up till today. I carried this guy every day since I got it. I got it like Friday or Saturday. I got last Saturday. So yeah, almost a week. So he lived in my pocket for 6 days, 5 days. Yep. So a work week's worth, and did a video on him Monday, and I think I posted it Tuesday. But yeah, so I it wasn't an unboxing video. It was just a overview video with having carried it for a couple of days and used it a little bit. But yeah, absolutely love the design of this thing. Is freaking money. Absolutely the best version of it to date, unless you're anti-Wharncliffe for some dumb reason. I know some of y'all don't care for the Wharncliffe blades. That's all right. I forgive you. I'll still talk to you. But yeah, the twill carbon fiber is sweet, and the fit and finish on it is solid, especially for being $135. $135 for these materials, for a 3-inch blade. Yes, like, what an excellent deal. What a fantastic value for S90V twilled silver carbon fiber. $135 shipped to you. How sweet is that? Yeah, fantastic knife. Beautiful Wharncliffe blade shape. Yeah, so I went back to the Padre. Hadn't carried the Padre in a good little bit. It had been a handful of weeks trying to rotate through some other knives. But yeah, really like this knife. I tell you, before I let you guys go, again, thank y'all for stopping in. No giveaway this week. Gotta try to pinch some pennies for Blade Show. And I was talking to Scott in the other night as well about Blade Show and some others. So yeah, I wanted to ask y'all, as my main viewers of my lives, at least, and most of y'all are the ones that comment on my videos and watch some amount of portions of my videos. I know you can't always watch every minute of all of them, but do you guys would y'all like me to do? And this year the idea would be to not. Last year I did for like 45 days or something like that. I did every day. I posted a short video clip, like a 3 to 7 minute video clip, each day with the modeled knife. Hold on, I'll grab it real quick. I have it right here in my cabinet. supposed to be right here. Where is it? Uh-oh. Here it is. Got it. So last year I made this guy. My little Days Till Blade show. It's just wood. It's got a little weighted block on the back for it to stand upright. But yeah, so I cut this out and put this guy together. Stained the handle end part of it. But yeah, so I cut this out and I did videos every day for like 40 days or so leading up to as a countdown till Blade Show Atlanta. And I had a little bit of fun with it. Some days I was like, oh man, I gotta crank out another video or two of this. But anyway, so I posted this with the countdown numbers, how many days were left, and I featured a handful of knives. And I went, if you looked at at least a handful of them, you probably noticed that I was going alphabetically by brand of what I personally have in my own collection of knives. And I would pick, so for B, I would feature a handful Benchmades one day. Then I'd, feature a couple of Bokers or whatever that I had. And then I'd move on to C and feature some Civivis. And yeah, so I would do that. So, I'm going to do that this year. I think I'm going to wait until like 30 days. Just do 30 days to Blade Show. And only feature the knives that I've acquired between Blade Show last year and now. And before I go to Blade Show this year. That I'll only feature those knives. And it'll be maybe just, one or two knives per day. I don't know how I have to go through and see which knives I've purchased between those times. But hey, Bama Ninja EDC. But yeah, so would y'all like? Did some of y'all who watched those videos last year? Did you appreciate that? I know Ed did. I know Ed. He commented a number of times on them, and always gave a thumbs up.
Ed is easily entertained.
And Ed is always here for our community, and I love it. He's a blessed man for that. Well, what an amazing guy. But yeah, so I was going to do that for just 30 days. I'm just going to do 30 days. We're somewhere around the low 60s, I think, at this point right now. Around 62, 63, I think. But yeah. So I was gonna do that. I plan to do that. I am not camping this year for Blade Show for two reasons. I kind of mentioned it in the chat on Grumpy's Live last night. But last year was great for the camping, for me at least, because I'm a Georgia boy, so I'm used to the humidity. I don't mind camping when it's on the warm side. Last year was fine because it wasn't too terribly warm. We were in the low 70s at night. It got down to the low 70s in the later hours of the night and early hours of the morning. I would wake up in the morning out of my very, very thin summertime sleeping bag and not be sweating, not be all super sticky and gross. So that was fine in regards to that. It got hot during the day, but we were inside. We were at Blade Show, right? We were in the convention center, in the wonderful world of air conditioning. So camping last year was, and it didn't rain. I didn't have any rain for that entire 3.5 days. It did not rain. The only time it rained was when I was riding home and got soaking wet on the bike because I got caught in a thunderstorm for about 4 miles and just got totally drenched on. Completely drenched. But I have a feeling that this year I might not get so lucky. I feel like last year it was unseasonably on the cooler side for that weekend, and I was surprised that there were no nightly showers. Because beginning of June, it usually gets for Atlanta. It usually gets up into the low 90s during the day, and you're like between 75 and 85 at night, and you usually don't go 3 days without having some rain at the beginning of June. So that's your typical Atlanta weather. Having grown up in Atlanta, that's the way you normally is. So last year was unseasonably, unusually on the cooler side, and a little drier. So this year I'm actually staying in a hotel. As much as I tried to and was hoping to get in with a group of the guys in a Airbnb, I ended up in a hotel, and I'll be all right. I think I can survive. I do get free breakfast, although we will probably be meeting the big group of us. Stevie, Sharif, Forrest, and Snuz, and some others. We'll be probably eating breakfast one of the mornings at that awesome breakfast place that's there in Marietta that they went to last year.
You should have bought me tickets.
Ha.
You know, it's my mother's discount.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, I did get you something that you will enjoy, honey.
What is that?
Mrs. Urban, who's behind me here,
Luke Combs tickets that I purchased?
running her mouth. No, I did pick up something for you today. At sure enough, they were only 46 cents a can at Big Lots.
What is that?
It's Black Rifle Espresso with Cream.
Coffee?
Yeah. Check this out.
I'll get one of those right now.
Do you feel like you need one right now?
Yeah, I haven't had coffee.
I don't know. I don't know if it's right now it's the right time.
I'm snapping my fingers at you. Give me the damn thing.
She's don't kill me.
How many did you get?
Just 4 for now.
Okay. Well, I can take one to work tomorrow.
Oh,
I'm working 4 days straight.
they're gonna be gone. I'm not gonna get to enjoy one.
Nope.
You need some coffee, Ding Ross? I got them for the idea that on days afternoons where our coffee pot is empty and you don't want to or don't feel like brewing a whole pot of coffee, that you can have one of those. I thought they would be great to do our iced coffees with.
Yeah. Definitely not drinking.
But not quite so much drink by themselves.
Yeah, I don't drink that.
They would have to be freezing cold for me to want to drink one by itself.
I'd rather drink those energy drinks that you got me.
Yeah, well, those energy drinks were given to me for free at work.
And I still can't remember what they are because I keep looking for them.
Yeah, I don't remember what they are either. But anyways, I'm gonna let y'all go
He's gotta go.
because I gotta go pick up my
car.
car, and I guess I'm watching this. I'm getting told what to do again.
We're going to the beach. It's pretty.
If you're not married, don't get married.
You know, I'm working all week next week. Okay?
All right. Y'all have a good one. I'll see you in the chats this weekend. Take care. Do something fun. Get outside.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's
Well, down here it is.
it's nice weather outside, at least for us this weekend. So, and I'm itching to go put some miles on the bike now that the new tires need broken in. You're supposed to break them in for about 100 miles. You gotta take it easy. But y'all know that I won't take it that easy.
He ain't gonna take it easy. He never takes anything easy.
Full throttle, baby. All right. Y'all have a good one. And I'll see y'all later.
We're going to the beach.
Peace out.